Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Pause the video right now to check out my social media, my radio show, and thatdrummerguy.com. And most of all, enjoy the following presentation.
Tommy Rogers from Between the Bear and Meat. Thank you for having me for the interview. Next Friday, the new album is released. What is the conceptual story behind Automata? I guess the simplified version is the protagonist in the story. His dreams are broadcast over the entire world as a form of entertainment, and because of this, he is taken advantage of by a company called Voice of Trespass, and it follows one of his dreams where he is searching for a family that he has lost, and it just follows all those different aspects of the story, and it deals a lot with his personal well-being, corruption, depression, the audience's perspective on the whole thing. Yeah, it kind of showcases his life in a way and things he deals with. So yeah, that's the short form version of it. Where did the idea come from to split the record? It was actually after the fact. We recorded the entire record last year, and when we were talking about releasing it and getting everything planned, there was a spot in the album that felt like a great, like almost an intermission. It was a perfect middle ground, and it was actually in the very middle of the album. There was nothing we planned, and we just thought it would be a cool way to release the album. We thought music comes and goes super fast right now. You either dive in or you don't, and we thought it would give our fans two different chances to hear new music by us, and that's exciting. And you don't get everything you want right now. We're in a world where everything's instant, everything's exactly how we want it, when we want it. And we're saying, no, it's not. You have to wait to get it secondhand. So hopefully that will create some excitement, and I think each album really holds its own as its own piece, and it's very cohesive together, and I think it's gonna be a good year. Condemned to the Gallows was chosen as the first single from Automata. How did you decide on this song to show off first? I like that word, show off, because that's essentially what a first song is. You're like trying to show off what the album is. Well, first of all, I didn't give away too much, and I think it's a very solid song that really represents Between the Bear and Me over the years, and kind of shows people that we're not going anywhere. We're here to still kick your ass a little bit, and it's the first song of the album, so it's a good beginning. And so yeah, there wasn't a hole. It was pretty natural, and we all kind of agreed on it pretty quickly. Every BTBAM release sees the band expand into greater territories while still keeping the essence of the band complete. Did you have any notion how you wanted to sound, or did it come out naturally? It came out very naturally. We're not the kind of band that sits down and plans out what we're going to write or where the next step's going to be musically or anything. When it's time to write, we just kind of all start writing on our own, and then once we have enough stuff to kind of start sharing, we start sharing amongst each other, and then from there you kind of get an idea of like where the album's sort of going and how everybody's kind of working at that moment, and then from there it starts happening, man. And yeah, I think that's why our music has always evolved, is because we're all evolving, and the way we write, and we all write very differently from one another in the first place. I think we're just naturally all kind of changing, and the music's changing with that. How was the recording sessions go this time around? Did it go smooth, or were there any issues? It was very smooth. We do extensive pre-production. When we write our albums, we're recording on our own, and all the stress and all the issues that ever do happen in that period. And by the time we're in the studio, everything's 100% ready to go. So we're just there to have good vibes, get good takes, and really make the album shine and build into what it's supposed to be. So yeah, we've been working with the same guy since 2001 pretty much. So everything is very smooth, and we're all we do our thing very well. Nobody's looking over each other's shoulder. It just happens. It's crazy. Like, we don't even really communicate a whole lot of like who's doing what. We all have our roles, and we know it's gonna go smooth and well. Did you bring any new just says, did you bring any new into the recording, such as patches, synth? I think we're always bringing new stuff into the recording process. I mean, I think as musicians, you're constantly evolving, with how you write. You're changing how you write, and I think having different different gear and different ways to kind of get ideas across, we're always searching for that. I think anybody in music you're kind of searching for things to kind of spark that creativity, So yeah, I mean, there's nothing in particular that really stands out, though. I mean, we're always using things like that to kind of help, get something going a little quicker. You have a new label, Home, with Sumerian Records. How does it feel to be working with Sumerian at this stage? It's good. We, it was a very simple process. We were out of contract with Metal Blade, and we wanted to look over our options, and Sumerian seemed like the right fit for us at this moment. And they've been very invested in this album and very excited and working along with us to kind of, present it in a way that I think works for everyone. And after all these years, I think it's very important to kind of still try to grab new people and let people that maybe haven't given us a chance for the last few releases a chance to kind of hear what we're still doing and maybe excite some of them to come back. So but yeah, there's a good support system there, and that's very important with a band. What can people expect from this upcoming tour? Well, first of all, it's a great lineup. It should be awesome. We're at a production day today, actually, and I really enjoy the set. It's got really good flow. It's very cohesive with each other, and yeah, it should be really good, and hopefully everything goes well. How is it for you doing headlining tours as comparison to something like Summer Slaughter? I mean, there's pros and cons to both. I think a headlining tour, you have that. There's a natural pressure on you to fill the room. I think as any band that headlines, unless the whole entire tour sold out before day one, you have stress from day to day. Kind of like, are people going to come out? Because I mean, as we've been a band for 15 plus years. We've known a lot of bands. We've seen a lot of bands come and go, and we know that that's totally possible for 1 year for a band to be on fire and the next year to have no attendance. So yeah, I mean, I think that's something that every headliner has. But I mean, at the same time, with headlining tour, you're more in control. Things are kind of your rules, I guess, and which we don't have that many. But and support can sometimes be easy if it's a band that draws well. You're going to be in big rooms and a lot of people are going to be there, but the crowds might not be as interactive. So there's pros and cons to both, for sure. What can we expect after the upcoming North American tour? We're currently kind of figuring that out. We're getting the rest of the year planned out, and nothing to announce yet, so can't speak about it really. But yeah, we have a good long year for sure. I loved your work on 2017's The Source by Arion. How did you get involved with the album, and how does it feel to be able to lend your voice to such a grandiose release? Yeah, I mean, it was out of the blue. It was actually a Twitter thing. He contacted me asking for my email, and from there, I instantly was into doing it. I had one of his CDs when I was in high school, and I've followed his releases. He's had so many phenomenal vocalists on his album, so just to be part of that group is pretty spectacular and humbling. It's I still can't believe he asked me to do it, because I have a very different style than a lot of those guys. It was such a good experience because it was very different for me, and yeah, but he was great to work with. I mean, he's a genius. It was pretty unreal, the stuff he sent, and it was cool to kind of get a little outside of my comfort zone when working with that stuff. But yeah, I really appreciate being part of that. Any plans on more guest spots in the future? I mean, I'm always interested in that. I love writing music and working on music. So yeah, if something's right for me in that moment and makes sense, I'm totally into it. Is there any plans for the next Thomas Giles album yet? I actually just finished recording, and I'm kind of sorting that out right now as far as when that's going to be released. But it's, I'm very excited about it, and yeah, I'm just kind of waiting until the Between the Bare Enemies stuff is out, and yeah, it's been it's a really fun record, and I'm excited to talk more about it in the future. If any, what were some of your favorite 2017 musical releases? Yeah, I wish I had my... Let me look real quick, because I have that. Yeah, I'm going to go to your next question while I'm looking this up. Oh, that's your last question. You're just going to have to hold on a little bit. Hold on. I have a best of list, so I forget what I liked last year. I'm just going to give you my 2017 top 10 list right now. Number 1, Over, The Assassination of Julius Caesar. Number 2, Liam Gallagher, As You Were. Number 3, Mew, M-E-W, Visuals. Number 4, Brave Young, Misery and Pride. Number 5, Leprous, Melina. Number 6, Dodecahedron, Quintessence. Number 7, The Lemon Twigs, Brothers of Destruction EP. Number 8, Satyricon, Deep Calleth Upon Deep. Number 9, Scour, Red EP. And number 10, Mets, Strange Peace. Thank you for the interview, and have a good night. Thank you.